CQ on 2, CQ on 2, CQ on 2. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Looking for a radio check on 2.
Mike 0, Juliet, Foxtrot. This is Mike 7, Echo
Okay, just for a quick check, do you want to go to 145475, please?
475, yes.
Is the frequency in use, please? Is the frequency in use? M0 JCF.
You're on frequency on this channel, over. This is G6DT.
Sorry, G6 who? Okay, I think I got G6CTW. I thought I had Mike 7 Echo Lima uniform, but I don't know why I got that. But anyway, the name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I don't have to do all that SSB nonsense. I'm in Sidcup in Kent, and I'm just using an FT-290R that I bought a few nights ago at my club. It's in a pretty poor state to start with, but I just thought I'd just power it up on 13.8 volts. I'm going through a 25 watt amp. All seems to be okay. As you say, a little bit off frequency on the call-in frequency, but I just wanted to know roughly how it sounded, just so that before I take it apart to clean it properly, I just wanted to make sure it was working electrically. But I say, the name's Mark and I'm in Sidcup.
Yeah, you have got Mike 7 Echo Lima uniform. That guy must have hopped in as well.
Okay, M7 Echo Lima uniform. All right then. I'll tell you what. Stand by a second, mate. Yeah, the G6 CTW. What's your name and where are you, please?
6 Delta Tango Whiskey.
Okay.
Patrick, near Leatherhead, Surrey. Your report, S3 fading up and down in about half-second time intervals to S7. S3 to S7. I thought that was very good for a 290, but then you said you were running a 25 watt amp, so that makes sense.
Yeah, G6 DTW. Patrick, it's Mark in Sidcup. I spoke to you on Sunday on the Cray Valley net, and we've swapped some emails. I've got some valves for you, and we were talking microphones. I'll get back to you on that in a second. But I was at the Cray Valley Club on Thursday night, and it was not so much a silent key sale, but somebody having to sell up, I believe. So there was this old 290. I'd already bought the microphone previously for 10 quid, the meeting before. And this 290 come up 15 quid, had a broken aerial, etc. and was said to have known issues. So I paid 15 quid for it. So all in all, I paid 25 quid. The aerial was snapped. I replaced the aerial. I powered it up with 13.8 volts because I think it had only been powered up on batteries. And I checked it about half an hour ago. It was putting out 2.5 watts on FM and just under 3 watts on SSB. But all things considered, it probably is, the 2 watts you'd expect from one of these. So I put out a few calls, never really got any replies. And then I thought I'll just give it a call with the linear amplifier. I'm actually talking through a colinear anyway, a diamond colinear. So, I'll just, for 25 quid, I've got obviously an ancient radio from about 1980, 81 or whenever they come out. It's about the 10th one I've owned. But, so that's the story, mate. But I really appreciate the S3 to S7. And, as I say, I'll come back to you in a minute, Patrick. Let's just see who the M7 ELU is. Mike 7, Echo Lima uniform, M0, JCF, in company with G6 DTW.
Yeah, M0 JCF from M7ELU. Yeah, my name's also Mark, and I'm down near East Greenwich. along the River Thames, so not too far from you at Sidcup. Yeah, just thought I'd answer your call. It was a little bit scratchy at first, but when you came to this channel, it was clear as a bell. M70LU, I'll let you two chaps carry on, because I was in the middle of doing something. Great to speak to you both. Maybe catch you later on down in the van. All the best, 73.
Yeah, cheers for that, Mark in Greenwich. Yeah, no problems whatsoever, mate. You're 5 and 5 to me, 5 and 5 on this particular radio, on this meter. No guarantee it's a real 5 and 5, but you're perfect, you know. Considering as well, if you're down in Greenwich, there is a hill in between us over Blackheath. Yeah, it's sounding okay. But I appreciate the radio check. I appreciate you coming back to me, and we'll catch up again soon, I'm sure. But if you want to join in on a net on a Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's the Cray Valley Radio Society net on 2 meters. It's normally 10 to 11, and it's normally half a dozen people, sometimes more on. Maybe now and again you get a few, you know, like less, but generally it's half a dozen or more, so you can get plenty of reports and you can get all sorts of you know, like chit chat going on. So, you know, if you want to join in tomorrow morning, I'm not always on it myself, but it's a good way of getting multiple checks just to see how you're doing. But thanks again, and I'll speak to you soon, Mark. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Bye for now.
Yeah, cheers for that. G6 DTW M0 JCF Patrick. Yeah, sorry, I have got the right Patrick, haven't I? Down near Leatherhead. Back to you.
Yes, of course you have. Your last two transmissions, much more consistent S5, over.
Yeah, thanks. And you're about the same to me, Patrick. You're about the same Santiago 5. So, yeah, getting back to those valves, yeah, I've got a pair of valves for you. They're not the Chinese ones. They come out of the old FT-101 ZD that myself and Steve, G3 ZPS, looked at last year. So, you know, they are used. This is why I don't want to sell them to you. They are used, but they were working okay. Then the microphones I was after was high impedance, like 50 kiloohms, or crystal microphones, but I really did need the push to talk. And I meant to get back to you when you said the other day you had high impedance or crystal microphones, but no push to talk. I meant to reply and say not really what I want. But, you know, microphones, you find loads and loads and loads of 600 ohm ones around, but it's the high impedance or crystal mic, but with push to talk that I wanted. But I'm still up for swaps, mate. I'm still up for swaps. You know, as I say, I really am loath to sell you second-hand valves, because, you know, in transportation, you know, with the post, anything could happen and you might have them both dead on arrival. So I'd rather send you these two valves, and then we'll take it from there. And as and when you've got something to send back, we'll go with that. We'll go on trust, Patrick. Is that okay? G6 DTW M0 JCF.
Very good. You've got a heck of a bargain there. They go for about 100 quid. Yeah. Where did you get the aerial from? Because it's essential. I'm not making this up. It's essential to have the aerial, the telescopic width, even if it's retracted, because it forms part of the aerial circuit on the PA, the power amplifier. Where did you get the aerial from, Mark? Over?
Well, believe it or not, because I've had about 10 of these radios, I actually had one in the spares box. I've got loads and loads. I've collected over the years these telescopic antennas from all sorts of radios that people have thrown away. And in there was an FT-290R aerial. I just remember it being there. And I said on the club on Thursday, I said, do you know what? It don't matter about that. I've got an aerial. And people looked at me as if to say, what, eh? Where did you get that from? But yeah, it was just lucky that a few years ago there was a silent key sale, and a few FT-290Rs were going, but they were in really poor state. I think one had been used with a 23 centimetre transverter. And and so it was all in bits. And I thought to myself, well, as an FT-290R, it wasn't much good. There was no cases on it, that sort of thing. So I rescued a few bits out of it. If I remember rightly, it had a Mutec front end in it, so I had that out, and I had the antenna out, and so it was just chance, Patrick, that I had this antenna. And yesterday I just like screwed it all together and put the antenna in. Then I connected it up to 13.8 volts and thought, well, that actually doesn't sound too bad. And sure enough, it's working. It might just be, looking at it, it looks like it's been stored in a loft or something. It's covered in dust, around all the controls. It wants a proper clean. But, I don't want to go too far with it at the moment. I just want to use it, which is what I'm doing now. So, I just, I thought to myself, bung it into the amplifier now, put out a quick call. I'm just about to go out, actually. We're going dog walking up the woods. And I thought to myself, oh, well, just while I'm finishing off my coffee, I just power it up just to see what happens, see if anyone comes back. So that's the story, Patrick. G6 DTW M0 JCF.
You must have been born lucky, mate. Lovely, what a bargain. And having the aerials back in the day. Like 30 years ago, those aerials were like end speed. Do you want to try it on SSB? Do you want to try it on single sideband, Mark, over?
Yeah, do you want to try it on this frequency, or shall we move down to, 144 290? But I know I will be off frequency, so I'll have to come onto your frequency.
Pull it up, write this down, 144 290, but come up, first of all, on Fox Mike. Freddie Mercury, FM, same mode we're on now, on 144 290. That'll be okay. You're not running noodles up, just briefly, then we change to single sideband. How about that, Mark? Over.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. That's no problem. We shouldn't be interfering with anyone, and if we do, we can quickly move. Also, if for some reason you don't hear me, I don't hear you, I'll come back up to this particular frequency. Okay, we're going to QSY 144 290 frequency modulation.
Roger. Thank you. We're not really meant to do this, but as we're testing, I don't think it matters. Thank you, Mark. Yes. QSY now.
Where's my step? Yeah, G6 DTW M0 JCF. Yeah, I've just remembered I can't get this to do in FM, the very small step. So I'm on 144 287 decimal 5. But I think FM's wide enough that you should be able to hear me there, Patrick. Back to you. Yeah, will do, and I'll get myself back onto 290 as well. QSY 290 upper sideband. G6 DTW M0 JCF. Yeah, I think I've got a very low drive. I'm having to speak loud into the microphone. But G6DTW M0 JCF, do you hear me, Patrick?
Yeah, you're on 288. You're on 288. That's nearly enough. Very good. Yeah, your audio's much quieter, but the RF signal is about the same, over.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, I'm just looking at the external power meter and talking quite loud and quite close to the microphone. I'm putting about 10 watts out on FM. I was about 20 watts, but this, yeah, it's a little bit low, and I say just peaking about maybe 12 to 15 watts peak. But yeah, I'm very pleased with it, Patrick. Very pleased with this purchase. Back to you.
Yes, so you should be too. You've got a terrific bargain there. Well, it sounds very nice. It's not insulting. Very clear. Okay, let me get away and do the dog walking then. Okay, see you another day, Mark. You've got my address for the valve, haven't you? You've got my address. I'm on QRZ.com and in the call book, Mark. Okay, the high-pitched microphone, 10 no-fix to them, and they're 24 quid. But I didn't know what type of plug or the wiring for the KW. I didn't know what type of wiring and the plug for the KW. Over.
Yeah, they're quarter-inch jack. They're quarter-inch jack. So, and it depends. Well, some are quarter-inch jack. Some are 5-pin DIN. I think I've got several of them. Listen, I'll send you these valves in the post. I'll send you them in the post, and then we'll cross the bridge with microphones or anything else you've got to swap later on, Patrick. As I say, I'm going on trust. I've spoke to you in the past. I know you're on a few of the nets around. And yeah, I've seen you on QRZ in the past. I sort of know who you are, but I've heard you on many of the sort of Kent type and Surrey type nets. So it's not like you're an invisible man. So don't worry, mate. I'll sort that out, and I'll go and disappear now. As I say, we're taking my daughter's Dax, and probably up to the local woods, and give him an half-hour run around, and it gives me time to stretch my legs as well. So all the very best. Have a great weekend. I'll be in touch via email, and I'll get these off into the post to you next week. All the very best, mate. G6 DTW M0 JCF.
Yes, Mark. Send me an email. If it's a corporate jack, no problem. I can sort that out. I can sort out the microphone, Mark. Not a problem. The microphone is not a problem. Leave it to me to sort out, Mark. Over.
Absolutely superb, mate. Okay then, all the very best. Have a good weekend, Patrick, and speak to you later. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox going QRT. The frequency's clear for use.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Cheerio, my friend. Very nice Sunday. Have a lovely weekend. Cheerio, my friend. G6CTWC with M0JCM and listening briefly. Cheerio, Mark.